People trying to build muscle while losing fat can be broken into three groups. The first group is overweight and want to get lean. The second group is guys who are gaintaining. They keep their weight the same while building muscle. Both of these groups can build muscle while losing fat. The last group are guys who want to get lean, shredded, and see their abs. These guys are going to have a tough time building muscle. Their goal should be to keep the muscle they have while they cut. I was in this group over a year ago when I cut down to about 10% body fat. I did a long, slow cut, eating the same types of foods I ate before starting. I just reduced the amount of carbs and fats while keeping the protein intake approximately the same. In the last year, I've added over 10 pounds of body weight. Now I'm in the second group, where I'm gaintaining, and when I see my physique tightening up and my abs becoming more visible, I add in more food to gain a couple pounds. This works better for experienced lifters than trying to do a true body recomp. When it comes to food, you should focus mainly on whole foods. The less processed, the better. You need enough protein, and we'll talk about this more in a minute, lots of veggies, and very nutrient-dense foods. If you're over 18% body fat, you should go into a calorie deficit, reducing your food intake by 300 to 500 calories, depending on how fast you want to lose weight, until you reach 13%. Here, you have the option of gaintaining between 13 and 15%, or you can cut right down to 10% where you can really see your gains. Then go into a small calorie surplus until you reach at least 13 to 15% body fat, or you can continue to add mass until you're up to 18%, as it's much easier to build muscle in a calorie surplus. Up to a point. If you gain too much body fat, not only is it a lot of work to lose it, but it's not healthy. Regarding food distribution, high-protein foods should be prioritized, but not overemphasized, as we need a balanced diet, including all macronutrients. One study on weight loss in athletes found that 2.3 grams per kilogram or 35% protein was significantly superior to 1 gram per kilogram or 15% energy protein for maintenance of lean body mass in young, healthy athletes during short-term hypoenergetic weight loss. 2.3 grams per kilogram is just over a gram per pound of body weight. It should be noted that these athletes were already lean, so if you're overweight, this will have you eating an excessive amount of protein. You're better off going by lean body mass, which is your body weight less your fat mass, or using a percentage of daily calories consumed, which I like better because so many people misestimate how much body fat they're carrying. The last thing I want to mention is this study's macro split. We already know it was 35% protein, with the other two macros being divided into 15% fats and 50% carbs. We'll return to this after we dig into protein intake some more. This was a small study. To get a better idea how much protein we should be taking in, let's look at a meta-analysis that analyzed 49 different studies involving 1,863 people. The main goal was to see if protein supplementation aided in resistance exercise gains in muscle mass and strength. They found that protein intakes at the amounts greater than 1.6 grams per kilogram did not further contribute resistance training induced gains in fat-free mass. This was in healthy men under 45. For those over 45, they felt there weren't enough studies done to make a recommendation. 1.6 grams per kilogram a day works out to about 0.73 grams per pound a day. So if you're under 45, that's a good number. Because of anabolic resistance in older men, we might want to increase that to a gram per pound, although the research is inconclusive. Personally, my protein intake is about 30% of my daily calories, which is 5% less than the high protein weight loss group in the first study, with their macro split again being 35% protein, 15% fats, and 50% carbs. Overall, I'm okay with this split, although I'd bump the fats to at least 20% to ensure good hormone function, and I have them at 30% in my meal plan. Eventually, I'll be cutting weight, and the first foods to go are peanut butter and cheese. These foods have a high fat content, but very little food volume, so they don't have much of an effect on fullness. When I cut these foods, and I eat them daily, I reduce my calorie intake by 200 calories a day, and it won't make me any hungrier. Carbs aren't something healthy men should be afraid of, and we need to make sure we're taking in enough to replenish our muscles' energy stores after hard training, so we're ready to give 100% in our next workout. My primary starchy carb sources are potatoes and oatmeal, although I'll have bread, and I really like that marble rye bread. 2 thumbs up. I eat rice or sometimes pasta. My favorite guilty pleasure carb would probably be frozen yogurt. I have that in the summer once or twice a week, always portioned out so I don't overconsume, and I keep my daily average for carbs at about 40%. This includes veggies, which I eat a lot. If you want a complete breakdown of the best foods to build muscle, watch this video next and keep working out while having fun. This is Lawrence from Fit and 50. We'll talk to you again in the next one.